Hello everybody and welcome back to the Axiom Token channel. So in this video we're going to look at the top 5 reasons that Bitcoin is going to moon in the future. Really will be super successful, and those big money targets of potentially 1 million or more will get satisfied. Let's quickly check this out. Obviously not investment advice, do your own due diligence, but these are all my own opinions and for entertainment purposes. So let's have a quick look now. We've got Bitcoin here currently at 33,739, bit of a pullback overnight. Now, here are the big details with Bitcoin. This is the first one. Bitcoin itself. Firstly, it is the first cryptocurrency way back in January 2009. And secondly, it's founded by anonymous founder Nakamura Satoshi. And also, thirdly, and this is probably the most important part, is that it is limited in supply. Right, it's limited in supply. There are only, as you can see, 18,729,543 Bitcoin in circulation. Not only that, but they say up to 4 million is actually lost. 1 million is in the Satoshi's original wallet, and that takes you down to 13.7 million. There is not a lot of Bitcoin around. So that is the first one. Bitcoin itself is valuable for those 3 reasons. Secondly, the U.S. economy, which is the global currency, really is the reserve currency of the world, that is getting devalued every single day. The central bank is printing money like you wouldn't believe to keep things churning along. That's inflating asset values, great for cryptocurrency. That keeps going. They have got no way of turning that back. They've got the interest rates. They talk about it, but they won't do anything. If they raise the interest rates, they start dampening down the economy because inflation has started to rear its ugly head. Right, and when you've attacked the supply chains, as they are doing under the Biden administration, you're attacking all the inputs into the economy. You're attacking fuel, you're attacking regulations, all those things. Taxes too is coming up. All those things are going to be further damaging, putting fuel on the fire, as it were, and accelerating that. Employment really isn't growing there, and they're still well short as well. The underlying real GDP is failing there, and they have potential, obviously, to reverse that, but with the current policies, that's not going to be happening. So it's starting to sink pretty fast, and they're printing more and more money and buying back all the securities themselves from the central bank. So they're controlling the whole game with their monetary supply. So that's basically the US dollar is basically in decline, and the US economy under this leadership will be in terminal decline, continued on. The third one is basically foreign actors see this. They see this picture. They're playing. They're not on their computer games playing all day. These guys know what's happening to the US economy. They know that the leadership's poor, and they know that they can actually attack the US dollar. You're looking at the US. The Russia is apparently at the moment looking at basically switching from US currency over to the euro. So if that threat does take place, they will take. It's a bit like the U.S. economy being an injured lamb or injured deer or something like that, and the other economies that want to take power, which is mainly Russia and China in the sense of superpowers, they will take their chances now, and that's what we're seeing. All the political upheaval around the world on different issues, because people see the injured deer and they are going to take advantage of it. And so one of that means undermining the US as a reserve currency, and that's huge, folks. They're going to take their chance, pull out their bow and arrow, as it were, and have a chance at that. So that's what's going on there. We saw that that leaks come out already, that Russia's looking to do that. So if that does eventuate, that's a huge shift in a financial ability. Now, Russia obviously thinks that they can withstand any of the negative consequences of that, moving into the euro, and make the US less powerful financially from the economic point of view, which has been very strong. As we saw previously under the Trump administration, they used that leverage to get a world peace, which worked pretty well. Now let's have a look at the moment. Let's go into the third reason. The third reason is that adoption is continuing. So every wave that we have, you can see that in the price chart. You see the first wave, 2017-18, we had so many people adopting Bitcoin, and by the time in between this bear market, we got institutions getting set up, and now we can see that the institutions, and even now the richest people in the world like Elon Musk and people like that, getting involved despite their moving around on their opinions. You saw that ramp up, and we went up to 64,000 US dollars of Bitcoin. So that just shows you there's a bigger audience, more adoption, more people getting Bitcoin and holding it in their wallets. So we will go through cycles. The cycles will remain as we head towards that huge success, but we will certainly, you're getting a bigger amount of people adopting it, institutions, individuals, and even nation states. So that's a big deal, folks. Now let's have a quick look at some of the crypto news. We can actually see that here. We can see El Salvador poised to become the first Bitcoin country, and how this is a big deal. So you've got stuff like that happening. So you've got nation states in the play. You've got institutions in the play. Let's scroll down even up a bit further. We've got MicroStrategy on here. So we've got El Salvador becoming the first country. So the demands, adoptions is getting bigger, folks. Doesn't mean that there won't be price cycles for sure, but let's look. MicroStrategy obviously offering 400 million in notes to buy more Bitcoin, even as it warns of $248 million impairment. They're playing the long game, folks. These guys see it, and that's where it's heading. So that's the fourth reason. We've obviously got a lot more retail as well. Institutions take a couple of years to ramp up, but they're moving, and so that's how it's being played. I saw a big YouTuber today saying that they're going to put 5% of their portfolio, and they're a millionaire, and they're going to go up to 5% of Bitcoin as well. So it's not going away, folks. People see the big picture of the U.S. economy. They see the fundamentals of Bitcoin, limited supply. They also see some of them see the foreign moves to attack from the U.S. economy from that point of view and shift global financial power. And obviously the adoption, they also see the adoption of Bitcoin, so it's huge. Now lastly, the last one we've got, of course, is the emission of Bitcoin. There's a halving every 2 years, and so we have another halving and then another halving, and we've got only a couple million Bitcoin left to go, so maybe 2.5 or something, and the last one's out in 21 to 41, and so by that time there's just that halving is massive, and we're going to see shorter and shorter bear markets is what I expect to see, and so the current price movement at the moment is going to disappear. So pretty big deal there, folks. So I hope you enjoyed that top 5 reasons why Bitcoin is going to moon and be super successful, and potentially hit well over that $1 million in a couple of years time. Now the time frame is always difficult, but the probability of the events is high. The time frame timing that is always difficult. Anyone in any industry can tell you that getting the timing right is always the trick of the trade. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please subscribe, like, and share. Hit the bell for notifications, and leave a comment about what you think about some of the things I've said, and maybe add some other reasons of yourself if you think that that's the case. I'd love to hear that too. And I'll catch you in the next one. We've got lots of great videos on this channel. Check them all out. Subscribe, like, and share. Hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.